Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner, honey. And this is a review for season 2 of You. Okay? If you have not done so already, please come on to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Okay? Do not forget to like, to comment, and to share this video. You can also follow me on IG at J_Lees_Corner and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. I watched all 10 episodes. We're going to get right into this, okay? So, y'all know You is a TV show. It's on Netflix. And it had 10 episodes. It's, again, season 2. Season 1 was good, okay? It was good and everything. And, as opposed to say, for season 2, meet your match, okay? Meet your match, Joe. And this season, it took me like 2 days to watch it because I was doing other things. Y'all know I'm still packing and everything going on. So, let's just go ahead and get into it. So, we know Joe. Okay, good old Joe. Okay, now Joe in season 1, it's crazy. Okay, Joe met Beck. Kind of stalked her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of season 1, look, if you have this review will have spoilers for season 1 and season 2. Okay, so if you have not watched either, you plan to, go ahead and click off. Okay, go ahead and click off. I don't want to hear not there comment in a comment. Well, you have spoilers because I told you I would. Okay, I just warned you. Get your ass up on out. Anyway, so Joe in season 1 found Beck, was dating Beck, but was out here killing for Beck. Okay, just craziness all up and through. At the end of season 1, the ex-girlfriend who we thought he had killed wasn't dead. Okay, she was there in his face. Okay, so, and that was Candace. Okay, Candace was the ex who we thought was dead, but she's not. And she popped back up like, hey, Joe, what you know? We need to chit chat, okay? But we see on season 2, Joe was no longer in New York dealing with Candace. He is now in LA. And I'm like, oh, what's going on here? So he gets to LA and he finds Love. Her name is actually Love, okay? He meets Love in the store and he's like, ooh, hey you. And we know whenever he says, hey you, it's some crazy shit finna happen, okay? Because that's his I'm gonna be crazy for you comments, okay? So he meets you. He likes you, okay? You has a brother, okay? 40. Love and 40 because their parents love tennis. I don't know, but it is what it is, okay? So again, that's going on. Now, he also gets to LA and he has, new neighbors, okay? And that is Delilah and her little sister Ellie, okay? Delilah, is the property manager. Her little sister's 15 years old. It's a little bit obnoxious as a little 15-year-old, but it was what it was, okay? And we're going to move them off the screen real quick. So, Joe is in LA, and I'm like, okay, his name is Joe, what's going on? No, his name is Will. I'm like, how's his name Will? What happened here? Okay, I'm like, oh, he's a whole different person. So he's in LA. He gets an apartment, you know what I'm saying? Where, Delilah again is like, hey, Will, you got good credit, you know what I'm saying? Everything, you know what I'm saying? You can move in immediately. And he moves in because he's Will. Now, we then see that he goes and gets a job as who? As Will. Not Joe anymore. As Will. I'm like, what's going on? What? How? So we then see he's basically hiding from crazy ex-girlfriend up in the top corner, Candace, okay? Because again, she popped back up and she wants to talk to him, but we don't really see what she got going on here, what's going on or whatever. And we kind of see what's happening throughout the episode. So again, we see him living life as Will and all these things, and then someone come looking for Will named Jasper. And he like, well, damn, Jasper. I'm like, I don't remember Jasper from season 1. So we like, well, dang, is, did Candace send Jasper to find Will, also known as Joe? Okay, is that what happened? Is that what's going on? Because again, he left New York in a hurry. Okay, when he was sitting around talking to Candace, up a corner, ex-girlfriend or whatever, he ran out the restaurant and he just escaped to LA because he's a New Yorker. And the one thing he hates the most is LA. So of course she would never look for him in LA because he hates LA. Who wants to be in LA? But when he gets back to his rapper one day and you know what I'm saying, little Ellie, where she at, little neighbor Ellie, you know what I'm saying, tells him that, oh, some guy named Jasper came looking for you. He said that you have something of his and he wants it. Okay, you owe him something. And then, Will, also known as, Joe, it's like, oh, really? So we then see that Will, Joe, goes to a storage unit. And I'm like, what are you going to a storage unit for? Did he hide Candace there? Did Candace send someone to find Joe also Will? No. We see that Joe, who calls himself Will, has the real Will, okay, that's a bad picture, but I can get, has the real Will locked up in a glass cage, the same one that he had, Beck and Beck's boyfriend, and they're all the people, locked up in that cage from season 1. He took this man's identity, okay? Again, he took this man's identity. So this is the real Will. Yes, it's the dude who played Penguin on Gotham. Okay, he is the real Will who's locked up in a cage. I say, okay. And we see that he went to Real Will to ask Real Will to give him a whole new identity because he couldn't be Joe no more. And when Real Will told Fake Will, you know what I'm saying, it takes time to get a real true identity. I've been Fake Will. No, I've been Real Will for 10 years, meaning he faked his own self. Okay? Joe then realized, okay, I don't have 10 years to be somebody new. I'm just going to take his identity. So yes, he locked Real Will up because he needed his identity. Because Will said, I'm not on social media. No one has ever really met me, whatever. I'm the perfect cover. I have great credit, you know what I'm saying? I seem real on paper, but no one has really seen me. And so Joe took Will's identity and had him locked up in a cage until they can figure things out. Now, along the way, him and Will became cool because, as he said, I don't need to kill you. I just need to be you for a while until I figure out how to escape my crazy ex-girlfriend situation. Okay, but I'm here, and when I'm done, I'll let you go. So, we see that going on. Anyway, I'm like, it's kind of crazy. Now, from there, Candace don't know where he at. But she like, I'm gonna make I'm going to show everyone what you did to me and how crazy you really are. So we then see what really happened to crazy ex-girlfriend Candace, where we thought, oh, Joe killed her in season 1. Well, we thought that, but when she came back, like, oh, he didn't kill her. Okay, so she really did just leave. No, 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 no. So she did try to leave Joe. And Joe said, no, don't leave me. No, don't leave me. And so, she's leaving. He running behind her, whatever. And there was a bit of a tussle. In some kind of way, she got knocked out. Okay? And then he kind of kidnapped her a little bit, you know what I'm saying, as he tends to do. And he has in the car, he took her out to the woods because we need to talk, okay? We just need to have a conversation so you don't leave me because I love you, Candace. I love you. And she was like, you need to let me go. Now, it wasn't a full kidnap, but a kidnap nonetheless because his thing was, if we can get somewhere and talk, I can convince you to stay with me. The same way he told Beck that, okay? And it did not work out for the best. And that she was like, let me go. Let me go. Let me go. No, it's funny. Help me. Help me. And then, she got loose. And he kind of grabbed her. And he was like, stop it. And he kind of hit her head on the thing and then knocked her out. He thought she was dead. And so he buried her in the woods. And turns out she wasn't dead. But he left her for dead. Buried her as if she was. And she came from about the dirt. So crazy ex-girlfriend Candace is upset because, he accidentally made her hit her head. That part was an accident. He wasn't trying to kill her. But once he thought she was dead, he said, well, I might as well bury the body. But she wasn't. And her thing was she got loose, climbed from about the dirt. She went to the police and said, hey, my ex tried to kill me. And no one believed her because she had no evidence of it. There was no evidence at all. And so the cops like, if he thinks you dead, then just stay dead. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't help you because there's no evidence that he buried you. That he tried to. There's no evidence that it happened. Okay, and so that's why she just stayed gone for that time because they told her if you think you did leave yourself dead. So when she came back, that's why he was so shocked because again he thought that he had accidentally killed her, purposely buried her, but then she unburied herself. Okay, and so she wants to, she also read the book Beck's book, and she knew the same way he tried to take me out, he succeeded in Beck, and I'm gonna let everybody know. So that was one part of it. Okay, boom. So then him in love. Okay, he see love in the store. Now he kept saying, I can't date anybody, I can't see anybody, I can't love anyone because I don't want to do to anybody what I did to Beck. Okay, but again, he sees love in the store. And he likes her. He likes her a little bit. She likes him a little bit. And they talking here and there, whatever. And it was these two. Now, her brother and their parents are really, really rich. Okay, 40 and Love's parents are loaded. Loaded. And they own like a little grocery store or whatever. It's like a grocery store. It's a bakery with books in there. It was like Barnes and Nobles, Kroger, and then, what I'm saying, a Whole Foods all into one is what the parents own or whatever. And so Joe got a job there because Joe did what Joe does. He seeks things out. He knew what to say to the dude who was hiring people because he'd been walking around listening to things or whatever. So he knew I need to go in there with a crime and punishment book because the dude wanted to sell them books and I'm reading it. Okay, so he weaseled his way into a job. Boom. Okay, and he has a job here because he just wanted a job somewhere. But he also had been seeing love, and he wanted to work where she works. So again, he was around, figuring things out, and he now has a job where she is and stuff. Cool. So, him and Love like each other. He don't realize at first that 40 and Love are twins, but he eventually does. And then now 40 is a hack. Okay, he wants to be famous. He's a writer, but not a successful writer. He's on drugs, and craziness ensues. Okay, so we see all that thing going on. Now we have the real Will. Where's the real Will? Real Will is locked up still. In the little thing, and Joe say, what, I'm going to let you go free if you do some things for me. Now, we then see, where is it? Delilah and Ellie, okay? So, Delilah is a bit dark, okay? She had some things happen in her life that wasn't too good, okay? And so, she tells some story about this comedian dude or whatever named Henderson, okay? Where is Henderson? This is Henderson. Henderson is an asshole, okay? Henderson is also a pervert who gets girls drunk. No, he drugs girls. And when he drugs girls, he takes them to a little sex dungeon and takes pictures of them and they're underage. Okay? When Delilah tells, Crazy Joe about that, he wants to take the dude down. Dude also is hiring her little sister, Ellie, who's 15, to do work for him because the little girl 15, she's an asshole too. Okay, boom. I'm like, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy there. But anyway, Joe asked the real Will, I need you to hack his computer system and do this and do that so I can expose him for what he's doing to people. Okay, if you do this, I'll let you go. Now, he does help him do that or whatever, and, and it's fine. But in the meantime, in between time, while, the real Will is going crazy because he's a little bit mental and he needs his pills, we then see the dude Jasper again who came and looked for Will. But he looking for the real Will, not Joe Will. And so Joe like, why is Jasper looking for you? Why did he come to the apartment saying that you have something that that you owe him, whatever? Well, I owe him some money. I owe him like $3,000. Cool. So Joe comes up with $3,000, meets with Jasper, pays Jasper $3,000, and Jasper then say, well, you didn't owe me three, you owe me $50,000. He's like, oh, I'll have the rest for you soon. Jasper, okay, fine. One thing. Jasper then proceeds to cut off his finger. He cut off the pinky finger because this is like a bookie type dude. You owe him money, money. I'm like, he was a nice man. Oh, no problem. I'll get the money later. But one thing, cuts the finger off and then puts it into a Ziploc bag and say, you have so many hours to where a surgeon can sew your finger back on. Okay, so have my money by then if you want your finger back. I'm looking like, so that all happens, okay? So some things ensue, whatever, whatever, whatever. Jasper comes to get the money, and he has him meet him at the storage unit where he's hiding the Will at. But Will is so delusional from not having his pain meds that when Will, fake Will, but on a joke, kills Jasper, real Will think he was hallucinating when it happened. And no, this fool really killed the man in front of you, but I don't, girl. And then took the dude to the grocery market where he worked at and cut the man body up. Cut the man body up and put it in a goddamn meat grinder and threw the bags of meat of Jasper away. I said this shit here. He eventually lets the real Will go. And real Will, went off to Puerto Rico or Costa Rica or some damn Rica with a girl he met online, okay? And when fake Will and the real Will are not friends. I said, okay. Anyway, so boom, back to the regular story. Lots of things happen in this series that was crazy, okay? Just crazy. But the main thing to remember is Joe is acting like he is Will to escape Candace. So, he is now dating Love. Boom, that's going on or whatever. But the crazy part comes when, because the 40 is on drugs and 40 trying to, get in good with Henderson, who is, a famous comedian or whatever, because, 40 wants to, do a movie or whatever. So at a party, 40 gets drunk, whatever. Will helps him out, but people have cameras out, and of course, they get all kind of pictures and stuff of Will Joe. I'm like, clearly, Candace gonna see the picture, she gonna find out where he at. I digress. But because Will Joe was crazy and he's really just trying to catch some information on, producer dude Henderson, it's just craziness ensues because Henderson is really trying to mess with the girl's little sister and she even invites her over. He, spikes her drink, which Will is there and sees, okay? And so he then spikes Henderson's drink to prevent Henderson from getting at Ellie. And when Henderson wakes up, and he like, you need to confess to messing with underage girls and blah 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 blah. So I'm like, it's gonna be some foolishness. Some kind of way Henderson breaks free. It's a tussle. Okay, he runs up the stairs. He then falls back down the stairs and breaks his neck. And now Henderson is dead. Okay, now technically, Joe didn't kill him. Technically, he fell down the stairs and just broke his neck and hit his head and bled out, okay? But still, Joe tried to make it look like a suicide. Henderson's dead, period. Point blank to the period, okay? So we see that going on. I just want to get that all out the way. But, he can't say he did it. Can't say it, but at the end of the day, Henderson did. Now back to the main couple of it all. So again, Will and Love are dating. They're in love. Love is a nice girl. She's a chef. Has great friends. She's a widow. You know what I'm saying? She's a nice person. Okay. Will did not want to date her because he did not want to hurt her, and she basically forced him to date her and say, we can just be friends, okay? We can just be friends or whatever. Okay, and that's just it. But friend eventually turned into more because when Will helped her brother come home from being foolish one day, they had sex. And now her and Will are a couple. And they were hiding it from the brother 40, but he knew because he heard him fucking. Okay? And he didn't like the fact they was hiding from him. But I digress. So they've all made up from that. Cool. While they are out of town, 40 meets a girl who becomes his girlfriend. Who's the girlfriend? You guessed it. Crazy Candace. Crazy Candace has found Joe because the picture from the party let her know where he was. And because 40 Boom, is he just looking for love in all the wrong places? He finds it in Candace, who says her name is Amy. Okay, so she becomes a whole fake person to get in the good graces of 40 and his family, so she can get in close with his sister, so she can then see Joe. And then at a family function, who does Joe meet? As he's also meeting her family, ta-da! 42 girlfriend Amy, who's really his ex-girlfriend, crazy as Candace. And this craziness ensues. Now, Candace's thing is, he tried to kill me, no one will listen to me, I need to protect everyone. Okay, but again, no one knows that these two know each other. They don't know. They don't know that. Okay, and it's crazy. Now, different things happen throughout the episode. They fall in. Everybody's in love. 40 in love parents is crazy. The mama kept talking about how dark Coochie was. I was confused about that. And Joe was like, "Why the fuck is Candace here? Like, what's going on? She's crazy, crazy, crazy. She's my crazy ex-girlfriend." Now, luckily, at this point in time, Joe had only killed one person. That's Henderson, and he was a pedophile. Cool with that. Boom. He let Real Will go. Okay, nothing much had happened. I'm like, that's very well and good. But then when Candace is around, I'm like, clearly he may have to kill Candace. But Candace is just trying to make him scared. Okay, he's just scared because she's gonna say something. And at this little family function or whatever, he tells me, you know what, I'm not scared of you, okay? Mainly because he's seen 40 get very, very high. He then seen how 40 and Love's parents are batshit crazy. He's seen the mama smack Love, so he realized, oh, it's a bad family or whatever. And because Love shows him this side of her, and he still loves her, or it brings him closer. Because she said, you should be able to show somebody the worst sides of you and they can still love you. And Joe still loved her. So now Joe tells Candace, I'm not even scared of you telling me no more. I don't care. Leave me be. And whatever. We then see this again. I'm just trying to cover as much as I can cover without covering, all of it. Now, every time, at this point in time, he like, I need to find out where she's staying. I need to take her out before she gets to me. So, Joe has a habit of going out, and he just puts a hat on. And he puts a hat on as if that means no one can see him. I'm like, Joe, what is you in a hat? Okay, you don't become invisible. You not like when Superman put on glasses, he don't look like Clark Kent. I guess his hat is his glasses to Clark Kent, but I'm like, I still can see you. It's not a big deal. Now again, different things going on. Different things going on. Now 40 and Candace, who are a couple, they're a couple. She convinces him to make a book into a movie. And what book did she tell him to do? The book that Beck wrote. Or that's about Beck. Okay, about Beck being killed. Because she know this would kind of help people realize it's Joe's the killer. I'm just like, it's kind of crazy. And while working on the book, they're gonna try to they hired a little girl, Ellie, to work it. It was weird stuff. But 40 also asked Joe to be like an EP to get like, no, was the no writer. To get writing credit, to get money, okay? Money on the back end or whatever. He then, I'm trying to think about what am I know I'm skipping stuff, but I don't, it's 10 hours. It's about 10 hours of stuff. I'm trying to get it all together in less than 40 minutes. Just the look. It was just so much foolishness. Now, in between all of this, we keep seeing flashbacks of Joe as a kid, and he had a bad mother and a bad father. So much so that Joe's mom would use him as an excuse as to why she wasn't home, why her and Joe would come home late, and his father or whoever the man was that was with at the time would kind of beat up the mama and beat up Joe. And she would say, oh, we home late because Joe wanted to do this, he wanted to do that, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But the mama was out here hoeing, okay, out here being with men. They would be at the market, and she would say, okay, stay here, read a book, I'll be back. You can't, the market ain't a babysitting club. She would just leave him in places and say, I'll be back in a couple hours, and would leave with different men. And it would come home late, and the father would then again beat him up or whatever. So we seen Joe had a horrible childhood. And for the most part, he just been looking for someone to fully love him his whole damn life. That's what he been looking for, whatever. So we see that, going on all throughout the show. His mama was horrible. And eventually Joe was just like, was in a group home. So that was kind of crazy. Anyway, besides that, so let's see. Delilah has him write the book or whatever. At one point in time, Delilah. That's what it was. Delilah. Where's Delilah at? So Delilah, of course, they're happy that the Henderson dude is dead or whatever, but they found photos. Joe gave her photos secretly that prove what Henderson had been doing to her. You know what I'm saying? And to other girls or whatever. So, um, she's also messing with this cop dude named, I think, Finch. And they kind of investigating the dude's murder, and he tells her, the night that Henderson was killed, I saw your neighbor. Your neighbor don't have no money, but he had a bag with these headphones that Henderson's make or whatever. I think it's weird that he just happened to be out at 4 a.m. with these expensive ass headphones the same night that Henderson came up dead or whatever. I think your neighbor may have something to do with it. So whatever, you dumb, you just jealous with it. Leave me be. I ain't thanking you right now. Leave me alone. But she gets curious, and so she, as the apartment manager, goes into his apartment. She's snooping, and at first she don't find anything until she's snooping and she finds a key to the storage unit. Now, luckily, no one was in it, but when she seen the glass cage, she knew this is some sick shit. But Joe also had nanny cams in his house. So when she was in his house, he found out, and he then rushed down to the storage unit. And then what did he do? Lock Delilah in the cage, okay? And he then tells her, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to let you go in about 24 hours. That just gives me time to run and get away. Now, at this point in time, her and Joe had done stuff together. Oh, I skipped the whole part. Joe and Love had broke up. Okay, they had broke up. Why did they break up? Was this when they broke up? I'm all confused. I think so. For the most part, at one point, when Joe was trying to get back at Candace and find out where she stayed, Love was at his house and caught Candace breaking in. And Candace then told him the truth, told Love the truth. His name isn't Will. His name's really Joe. He tried to kill me. He killed his ex-girlfriend, whatever. And she showed a picture of her and him together from before. Okay. And so at this point in time, when Joe got home and, she told him, like, told me the truth. He then said, you know what I'm saying, yes, my name is really Joe, but she crazy. She's my craziest girlfriend, and I'm trying to escape her. But she's upset because he lied to her, and so she breaks up with him. Boom. Okay, so while they broken up, he was banging Delilah. Couple times here, couple times there, whatever. Okay, so again, Delilah has now found his little storage shed thing or whatever, and then in the storage thing, and he locks her in there because again she knows something up. You know, when nobody in there, who has a glass cage in the storage unit? A crazy person. So again, he like, I have to leave because if not, it's gonna ruin whatever. So I'm gonna lock you up just for these little 24 hours or whatever. I'm gonna come back, unlock the door, and then you can leave. But give me time to get some things straight. So in the meantime, in between time, 40 crazy ass then hires someone to kidnap him and Joe so they can write this screenplay. Okay? And 40 is so crazy, he hired Russians to make sure they couldn't leave or shoot them in the head, but he also gave them a safe word that if they used, they could leave the hotel. But he also jumped out the window into a trash can to escape as if he didn't have a safe word. 40 is crazy. And he's high. So while they are escaping through the window, because Joe don't know it's a safe where he can really leave. Joe trying to just get home to pack and go, but he can't. You wanna know why? Because 40 kidnapped him, told him if you leave, they will shoot you in the head. And also because they had Joe's passport as well. He can't go nowhere. So because they jump out the window and they go to a bar, 40 then spikes Joe's drink with LC. Was it LC? Is it LC? What's acid? Whatever acid is. I don't know because I don't do drugs. The acid stuff. The L with some letters or whatever. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's not TLC. What is it called? I don't know. Anyway, so they're tripping. Okay, he's hallucinating and all these things, and it was craziness or whatever. He was hallucinating. He had blood on his hands. He was hallucinating the whole night. Okay, and in the hallucination, Love called and said, "You know what? I'm sorry. We can be together. We should be a couple." All this shit. But he also had memories of having blood on his hands and just things going on. He don't know what's happening. When he comes to, when he comes to and he goes to the storage unit because again he's supposed to let Delilah be free, but then realizes I have to hold on to her a little bit more because Love wants to be with me now. And he gets there and Delilah's dead. Someone has slit her throat. So he like, oh my God, and my haze have been high on the acid stuff, whatever. I must have came here and killed her. Oh shit. Okay. So then that all ensues or whatever, and this craziness from there. Okay. Now, um, from I'm trying to think what happened next. Because I know I'm skipping things. So anyway, bam. At that point in time, when Love and Candace talk, and Candace told Love the truth about Joe, Candace accepted money from Love. Love paid Candace off to go away. Even though she would not be with Joe at that time, she still paid Candace to go away. But Candace was still talking to 40 on the low. Okay? Because as she said, I want to protect y'all. I'm trying to protect y'all. Okay? So when Candace finds out from 40 that Joe was banging Delilah and that he booty called her the day before and they met up at some storage shed or whatever, she then goes to the storage shed and she found out where they were, and what does she see? She catches Joe in the thing with Delilah's body. And so she locked Joe in the thing himself. And I'm like, oh, she then calls who? Love. For Love to come see the truth of who Joe really is. Now, in the meantime, in between time, 40, who now believes Candace a little bit when she said that Joe could be the killer, he is now flown to New York to go see Uncle Jesse, who we know was the one who was accused of killing back in season 1, to ask him if he did it. And he's like, I didn't do it, but I've done bad things. I deserve to be here. But I do think, the dude she was talking to, whoever could be the dude that did it. And so when 40 shows him Joe's picture, he's like, yeah, that's so-and-so. I think it was him. So now 40 think, oh my God, Candace is right. Joe is crazy. He's going to kill my sister. Okay, boom. I'll be done in a minute. So, Candace again has called Love down, and Love walk in, and what does she see? Joe in the glass case with Delilah's dead body, and she's like, I told you he was crazy. I told you this is who he is. And I'm like, oh girl. So now I'm like, they all know Joe finna get, he's gonna get done up for that or whatever. So Love runs out crying or whatever. Candace chases her like, I told you I was trying to help you. I was trying to help you. Now in the cage, we know Joe then says, the guy who taught me about the glass case on season 1 always told me to do what? Keep a spare key inside in case you are ever locked inside. And so he has to get out. But because he feel like him saying, I deserve to be in here this time, I'm not going to escape. I'm going to let Love to do whatever she wants to do with me. Cool. He takes the key and pushes it out the door so he can't get out. But Love and Candace is in the hallway talking. And then Love turns around and slits Candace's throat. I said, bitch, what? What happened? What happened? What happened? Girl. She then goes back to Joe. And the storage shed closes the door. He's like, where's Candace? What's going on? She's like, Candace is dead. I took care of it. He's like, what? You can't do that. No. I poisoned you. I forced you to do this bad thing. I broke you. She's like, you didn't break me. Yes, I did because I was here and I killed Delilah and I also killed Beck and I killed him. So he's confessing all these things he's done. He's telling the absolute truth. I killed Beck, her little boyfriend or whatever, her friend. I killed Henderson. I killed Delilah. She's like, no, you didn't. You didn't kill Delilah. I killed Delilah. I say, what? Love, what? Love. Love killed Delilah. Why? Because she, all this time, is the match to Joe, okay? She's crazy. She tells the story of how when she was younger, her brother was being molested by the au pair, the nanny. And she was older and it was bad, and so she like knocked her brother out while the au pair was doing things to him, and then she slit the lady's throat and made him think that her brother did it. Okay, and I'm like, so love been crazy forever, ever, 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 ever. Yeah, she has. And so again, his whole life, that was a whole trauma to him, waking up seeing the dead lady who he was told that he did it. I'm like, girl, it's kind of crazy. So she's like, so I did that back in the day, and it made me and my brother be close, and I was always there for him because our parents are horrible people. Okay, she then says, I figured out Delilah was on to you. Okay, and so I came here, and when she was in here asking for help, I walked in, and she slipped Delilah. I'm like, you just out here, this is the third, no, don't you just, like, girl. And so she said, I did it because I love you. So Joe sees himself. The same thing Beck saw with someone confessing all these bad things they did, and they want you to still love them. He's like, what the fuck? She's crazy. And so when she eventually she said, you can't be mad at me, you can't kill me because I'm pregnant. Yes, Joe knocked her up. And now she's pregnant with his baby. Even though we seen that she had been plotting, that she was pulling a Joe on Joe the whole time. The same way he was plotting to plan on her, she was plotting to plan it on him. I said, oh, Lord Jesus. And not ain't a perfect crazy couple. But Joe realized she crazy. Am I supposed to love her because she's crazy? I guess I have no choice because she's pregnant with my kids and I have to love her. So they go to her best friend's wedding. But 40 now know Joe is crazy, and he trying to warn the sister about her being crazy. So he confronts his sister and Joe at the supermarket or whatever, and he got a gun to Joe's head, like, I know what you did or whatever, it's crazy. You can't be my sister, and you crazy want to be with him, and I know that you the one who really killed the au pair, and you ain't shit either. And you crazy just like me. I'm like, yes, everybody's crazy. And then when he has a gun to Joe's head, a cop walks in and shoots and kills 40 because the cop had been following them to figure out who had killed where Delilah, because Delilah dead and she missing, okay, and who killed Henderson, and it was that whole thing. And so the cop was there because he was following up leads, and so the cop done killed 40. I was like, the little sister who was pissed at Joe, like, since you ruined my life. Henderson dead, who I was friends with, my sister dead, and now Joe, the little girl Ellie, you just have to leave and go to Florida, whatever. I was sending you money, but you can't stay here. She's like, oh, because my sister's dead. He's like, well, yes, I didn't kill her. I didn't kill her, but the people who did it are powerful. You brought them in life, so I hate you. But she still left. She still left. And now Delilah dead, Henderson dead, 40 dead, Candace is dead, and Joe was like, well, hell, Love killed more people than I did. Okay, because technically I only killed Henderson, but she did. Girl, crazy meets crazy. And so they just together. And because the cop is the one who killed 40, it was something to where the whole case was like messed up, and because their family's so powerful, it is kind of bear the case. So even though you know Will/Joe killed Henderson in the beginning, they can't prove shit. So everybody off the hook. And I Love pregnant with the baby, and they moved to a little house, okay, and stuff, and a whole new family. And then he said, yeah, I had to come here to get to you. Hi, you. And we see he's looking over his fence at his neighbor, and there's a woman in the yard who we can't see. He said, hi, you. I'm like, you got a crazy bitch right here. She crazy, Joe, don't do it. I feel like the person he's going to stalk next season will be his mother. Not someone he wants to be with, but his mother. Because the ankles look older. It was older ankles and older hands. So I think it's going to be his mom, who left him abandoned, and she probably got a whole new life and left him alone, destitute, in that group home, and let him be used and abused his whole life. And she out here living life fabulously, whatever. It was a crazy season. I did not guess that Love would be the crazy. But they say he met his match. We thought they meant Candace. No, they meant Love. Okay? Because Love got her brother killed. Love got killed Delilah. kill Candace. And I feel like if she need to, she would probably kill more people. It was crazy. It was a crazy good season. It's lots of in between stuff that I left out because I didn't take any notes. Just think I was. It was just me thinking off the dome of what happened this season. It was crazy. They had friends in it. It was a lot of funny parts in it. And I'm seeing other stuff that happened in it. But again, if you have not watch Love. If you have not watched you can still watch. There's still other things to find out or whatever. But that was my season 2 recap of it all. Okay, so I am JayLee. This is JayLeesCorner. Peace.